Show on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, we welcome you in. Today's new drug is what a weekend of football. And what a game tonight. Does he look nervous? Look in there. Look in the window.
We passed, in the hall.
Passed in the hall. Did he talk? Did he say anything?
I mean, no, I said, hey, how you doing? But I mean, it's
he seemed normal?
Yeah, it's like normal, he just radiates a confidence.
I think he's faking it. I think he's faking the normal.
Probably.
I think it's that you swagger. You can't, if you're a Miami fan, you can't be nervous about a game, right?
I mean, are you telling me we're 3.5 hours out?
Oh, we're just happy to be here. I mean, Indiana's going to roll us by 50. They're the greatest team to ever live, of course.
Oh man, what a game tonight.
I'm so excited, man.
Yeah, you ought to be.
At the beginning of the
Don't get
playoffs,
these very often.
I was very like, okay, these playoffs are manufactured. We just made them. What do they even mean? Do I really care? And now I'm like, we're so freaking close that I honestly, this sounds lame and corny, but I didn't know if I'd ever see my team in a game like this again.
No,
like that's how far away we were at some points the last 20 years.
Well,
so it feels really cool.
I've said on air the U would never be back. Shows how smart I am.
And I believed that.
But I did. I get it. I was so tired. Let's get all the BS aside. Let's get to the real stuff. Playing tonight. You're getting out of here at 6:02.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll immediately be in the car
on the highway.
And I already have some finger foods at the house made.
Okay, finger foods.
So I've made my award-winning deviled eggs.
Okay, I love deviled eggs.
Yes, I have like pinwheel sandwiches, mortadella sandwiches, pastrami. Like I'm ready.
You kidding me?
And then we're gonna get pizza, which I will make my wife go get the pizza because I can't. Even if it's an hour before the game, I mean, I'm not going to risk that.
So there's pinwheels, deviled eggs, and pizza all the same night.
And we'll see. If it's real late, if we're still into the game late, might need to go to a 24-hour, Waffle House or something.
I get it. All right. You confident?
I'm not confident, but I'm excited. I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Because I just don't know what to expect from Indiana, honestly. I know what we're going to bring.
Yeah.
Athleticism, many penalties. But Indiana, to me, having only watched like a few games of theirs this season and the really big games, I'm intrigued to see what they got, man. This is going to be an interesting one.
Well, here's what I'll tell you. There's now 136 Power 4 teams, or that's not, or Division
D1
1 teams.
teams.
D1. There's FBS teams. There's now 136 FBS teams. I can definitively tell you 134 have no chance to win tonight.
Yes.
Okay? All right. So
it feels good to make it to the very last game.
134 are not going to win. Okay? So good for you. Good on you.
Do you remember the emotions that you had the day of Houston, Florida?
Yeah, I do. I mean, in fact, I didn't want to trump.
I thought you were going to say. I thought you were talking to me the last time we played.
This is JJ's day.
Yeah.
So, but I do because remember, I was there.
It's a tough dynamic as a fan.
And I was there.
Yeah.
Okay. And my buddy that I went out with had to come back. So Jacob and I did some things from the Riverwalk, and then I'm killing time. It would never get here. That's
how I felt the last 2 weeks.
It would never. It wouldn't get there. I'd look at my watch all day long.
Yeah.
So that's it. Was that.
But you sit there and you play it out. You play the game out a million times in your head.
Right.
And you're like, you wrestle with, what if you lose?
Yeah.
Like what is the season going to mean to you? And because you love that team so much. And obviously for Florida, they didn't have to worry about that.
But
I
went through
getting the win.
But I went through the consolation prize in my mind, not just all the way up until tip, but Houston outplayed them the whole game.
Right.
They really did. Houston. So I mean, Florida led 10 seconds in the game or whatever it was. So I had moved on to, what a great season. Nobody expected this.
Right.
And I drew on my notes today. I'm comparing the Miami team this year to the Florida basketball team. They didn't go in ranked first. They didn't go in right, but the more the season went on,
got better and better.
And something you could tell there was something special there. And I think Miami's run through the playoffs is similar in my mind to Florida's in the tournament. Miami kept being underdog and kept winning. Florida kept getting behind and coming back. And finally on Monday, you look, God dang, the Gators might win the whole thing. Well, that's how I feel about Miami. You look up and go, Miami. I will tell you this. I picked Indiana. I think Indiana's going to win. Okay. But I would be shocked if Indiana rolls them the way they're rolling everybody else.
Me too.
I'd be shocked.
I'm not sure if that's just my bias, but
Well, I'm not biased.
like the point spread to me is crazy.
I don't get it either. I think Miami's going to win the game. I think we're going to see an upset tonight. But I mean, to me, it's how is a team going to get routed when they've got a quarterback that is at such a high level as Carson Beck? They have a player like Tony.
Yeah.
They've got a running game. They've got the best bookend defensive ends. Their offensive line's incredible. Like Miami may
their time
lose,
of possession.
but boy, I'd
like,
be shocked if it's
Well,
one-sided.
Right, you could correct. You can always there's backdoor covers all the time. This could be Indiana
could win by 14, but it'd be a close game.
Well, Indiana could kick a field goal to go up 34-31 with 2 minutes left, and then Miami in desperation mode throws a pick six. Well, then Indiana covers, but that wasn't a blowout. That was that backdoor cover that the bettors all talk about all the time. So, but anyway, it'll be fun to watch. What a weekend in Indiana! What an NFL weekend! I mean, it broke my heart that the Jags weren't in it. You and I talked about it on Rundown today. I kept talking about the fact that you just keep thinking about how you're not in it, how you're not in it, how you're not in it. But I got to tell you, what a weekend of games. Obviously, the Seattle game was a bad game.
Right.
And the Houston game was ugly, and we'll get to that in a minute. But those other two games.
The other two were unbelievable. Well, they went to overtime.
Yeah, last night's game, you have to be kidding me. When he's back, I mean, he backpedaled almost all the way to Gary, Indiana.
It was unbelievable.
And then off his back foot. And it wasn't a Hail Mary. The guy was just open.
You know, when they showed the first replay, because as I'm watching it live, and you know the way he just flicks his wrists, it's like nobody in the league. It looked like he only threw it about 20 yards.
Yes,
but then you see in the replay, I'm like, he was almost at the midway point. He was almost at the 50 when he threw that ball.
And I mean, when that happened, I said, "You got to be kidding!" And by the way, I was convinced he'd go for two. I thought he would go for two.
I kind of thought the same thing.
I thought Ben Jones, because he's gone for, I don't think they've ever punted. I don't think their punter has no punts all year long.
You're also the underdog. Okay. You're going up against Stafford, Nakua, Devontae. Yeah. I mean, you just made this amazing play. Yeah. I was a little surprised.
But his thinking was they weren't good in short yard. He talked about it afterwards.
They did. And they had stopped on the goal line like the drive before.
And he said that. He said our goal to go wasn't very good. Right, so we'll talk a lot about that. There's a lot of things to get to today. We'll talk all about the NFL games. It was a crazy, crazy weekend. It really was. Wild weekend. The coaching carousel is out of control as I've ever seen it. Sean McDermott, the latest to fall. That fell, by the way, right while we're doing Rundown.
Yeah, appreciate Buffalo.
For
that. It gave us some breaking news.
Well, and the way it works is Jacob,
9:10 a.m.
Yeah, Jacob's our producer in that, and Jacob sets it up and does the hard work, and Hayes and I just babble, and we're in mid babble when Jacob tells you, oh, by the way, McDermott got fired.
Yeah.
But it was a crazy weekend in the NFL, both for the games, both for the as well as the carousel. We'll get to that coming up in a bit. We'll talk about the Gator basketball team. What a fun game that was to watch. I don't know that I've ever enjoyed a regular season basketball game much more than I did that one. Well, two good. And by the way, Vandy is legit. Now, they also played a great game. Florida played a great game.
It was A plus beat A.
Right, that's exactly right. A plus beat A almost plus. So we're certainly, what a fun game that was to watch. And now be careful of the Gators now, because now you didn't need them to find something in an era when there's not that many great players left in college basketball. Be careful.
They're favored in every game remaining.
Yeah, so everyone right, and I don't think they're going to win every game. But if you're favored in it, you're going to win a lot of those. Again, I promised myself I'll never use the bingo card line because everyone does. I'll just say what nobody saw coming. What none of us saw coming is Ruben Chinyelu becoming one of the best big men, including one of the best offensive big men in the country. Nobody saw that. I didn't hear anybody talk about that, anybody surmise that, anybody predict even the possibility. Nobody even mentioned him. Yeah. We talked about Condon and Houck both going to the NBA thing and coming back, and Condon shoots too many threes, and Houck's becoming this great player, and the two guards aren't playing very well. Should they play Urban more? Should they do this? Who's their eighth guy? Nobody even mentioned Chinyelu.
And by the way, they have Ruben Chinyelu.
Yeah, right.
It was like just mentioned as in passing.
If we even got to it.
Right.
If we even got to it, and that's been the difference. He might be the best big man in the country.
Yeah.
And if he's the best center in the country on top of all that other stuff, so look out. So we'll certainly talk about that. But after the break, I want to talk about the coordinators. We usually start with Jaguar talk around here. I got a hunch Grant Udinski might get that job.
Yeah, he's the betting favorite.
Yeah, I saw that,
really,
but even before us,
pretty significantly too.
But the betting line I saw did not have Nate Shieldhouse in there. I don't know if you saw the same one I did. It had the top 4 or 5 guys. I think Shieldhouse is the other guy.
And that could be wrong, but it is interesting that if you want to bet Grant Udisky as the Browns coach, you're not going to win a lot of money.
Yeah, so that we'll talk about Campanile. What does that mean? A little bit about the Jags now as we watch these other teams play. So we'll start with some NFL talk. A lot to do on the program today. We always thank our friends from the Best Bet, the best place to hang out. I promise you. You want to have fun in Jacksonville, you go to the Best Bet. There's 3 great locations. You probably know that by now. Jacksonville is on Monument Road. They do a terrific job over there. That's a big, beautiful, beautiful building. I promise you that. You'll love that. St. Augustine's got great stuff going on. And this week at St. Augustine, by the way, that's right off of I-95, $100,000 guarantee, $300 no-limit hold'em. Stack starts Thursday, 6 flights until the final day, and that's on this Sunday. That's what's going on at Best Bet St. Augustine. And, of course, Best Bet Orange Park is on US 17, just over the Buckman Bridge if you're coming from the south side. Best Bet Mondays always continue. We come back, we'll talk some Jaguars football on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
It's the ride home with the Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
The official station of the Jaguars fans. 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jacksonville is the flip side of Florida. And inside the flip side, the action never stops. If you're tired of hearing about the best games after the final whistle, don't get left on the sidelines. Whether it's a unique sporting event you've never seen, a weekend with the family, or a winning date night, Visit Jacksonville is your ultimate playbook. Get in the game. Head to visitjacksonville.com/locals or download the Visit Jax app today and see everything coming in 2026. Jacksonville. Experience the flip side.
This is Hayes Carlion for Harold and Harold. I was at lunch with my good friend Holt, and he was telling me that sometimes a lawyer can get more from a case than their own client. I was surprised to hear this, but Holt said that doesn't happen with Harold and Harold. They'll never take a fee that is greater than their own client. When they say they treat their clients as a person and not a file, they mean it. Hopefully you won't need them, but if you're ever injured, call Harold and Harold at 904-251-1111. That's 904-251-1111.
If you can't wait for kickoff, tip-off, or the first pitch, get your Gator fix anytime with a Gator podcast channel. Exclusive Florida Gator content from 1010XL. Set up by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists on the video and social channels of 1010XL.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
Your home is your sanctuary, where memories are made. Jack's homeowners trust Superior Fence and Rail to make their home feel safe, secure, and complete. Imagine a classic wood fence for privacy, sturdy aluminum to protect your pets, or a modern vinyl design that boosts curb appeal. Every fence is built with precision and pride, standing strong in every season.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com. Checkmate.
I'm Brendan Cecilia, founder of Checkmate Coatings.
And I'm Chester, the adorable chess man on the trucks.
There are 2 things you should ask yourself about your garage floor. How clean is it now, and how clean would you like it to be? A typical bare concrete floor doesn't just collect dirt, it makes dirt.
It is literally made of dirt.
As much as you sweep and mop, the dust and grit just never ends.
And drips from your car seep into the pores, staining the concrete forever.
A Checkmate multi-layer floor resists drips and stains. It comes in your choice of dozens of colors and sweeps up sparkling clean in just seconds.
No need to wear shoes in the garage and track dirt back in the house.
Gorgeous?
Check. Durable?
Check. Tidy enough to walk on wearing clean white socks? Checkmate.
Transforming your floors, making them great. Checkmate.
Visit CheckmateCoatings.com. That's CheckmateCoatings.com.
It's a new year at Best Bet Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine. Cash in this month with thrilling promotions and tournaments, including daily high hands. Don't miss the winning weekends and table games Clockwork Cash Out, giving away $500 cash every 30 minutes on selected weekends at all Best Bet locations. The excitement is just beginning in 2026. Learn the games and see all the details at bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
It's a Best Bet Monday on The Frangie Show with fantastic locations in Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine. It's Best Bet.
All right, the Blizzard on the Beach, $100 no-limit hold'em satellite into event number 1. Cards are in the air at 6 o'clock tonight. Best Bet Jack, so head over to the Best Bet. Best Bet Jacksonville's on Monument Road. Best Bet Orange Park on US 17 in Orange Park, and Best Bet St. Augustine right there off the interstate, off I-95 as you're heading down to St. Aug. So Grant Udinski and Nathan Schiehlhaus are the two names. Now, I saw the betting lines, and there was a lot of other names, but everything I read, I got the impression they wanted Udinski or Nate Schiehlhaus, two really young guys. I told you this in the rundown. I got to know Nate a little bit. He was the quarterback for Zook at Illinois. And good players, really, really smart, very cerebral quarterback. And you had a hunch, just watching how much he sort of understood the game, that he was going to be in the game a long time. And I get if you read everything you read, that he's one of the guys that Liam Cohen really considered for the job that Grant Udinski ultimately got here in Jacksonville. If it was true that Nate was really in play there, he wound up staying in Los Angeles. Grant Udinski came from Minnesota here. I told you all along, Hayes, I believed what would happen here is that you'd hear a lot of you'd hear Campanile and Udinski's name a lot this year. It would surface, and then they'd wind up with the job in the next year or two. I did not think that the Jags would lose either one of them this year. But Campanile's already interviewed Miami. Now he's interviewing with the Ravens. Udinski looks like he's well-positioned, even though he's never been an NFL play caller in Cleveland. Boy, I'm not so sure now. I find myself now, not just because of what the betting line said, just before that came out, not surprised if Grant wound up with the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, I thought they were going to lose them both, and
yeah, you have said you thought this year,
and I hoped to be wrong, but it's you didn't anticipate 10 openings. I mean, that's incredible. That's 30% of this league, and I just don't think the pool is deep enough for this for the carousel to support 10 hirings, and Grant Udinski and Anthony Campanile not to be 2 of the 10. Particularly since they are obviously free to talk and they both bring incredible stuff to the table. If you're willing to look beyond the fact that they haven't done it for very long, and it certainly seems like owners are willing to do that now. Liam Cohen didn't have much of an NFL resume before the Jaguars hired him, and obviously he's in the running for Coach of the Year. So the fact that Grant Udinski and Anthony Campanile haven't been in their respective roles for very long, they were outstanding in them, and that may be enough to get head coaching jobs. I think it will. I worry about Udinski going to Cleveland because I just think that's such a graveyard. But I understand it, and and if Campanile can get the Ravens job, I mean, my goodness, he'd have a chance to be, have obviously incredible immediate success. But I do think they're going to lose them both.
Were you surprised Sean McDermott got it today?
I was. I mean, just because you look, he's 98-50. I mean, it's just, you just don't often see, and it's not like Josh Allen's 33. I mean, they still have a window here of some significance. And And so I was surprised, but that's been Buffalo's thing. Like the last few years, they've just scapegoated and scapegoated and scapegoated, whether it was Heath Farwell as special teams coordinator after the Chiefs, one of the Chiefs losses in the playoffs, whether it was the strength coach last year that the Jaguars, Tony Baselli, quickly pounced on to hire Ciano. And
Ken
so,
Dorsey.
Correct, Dorsey. So, I mean, it's almost like, well, we're out of scapegoats.
Yeah.
So it's either got to be, and it's not going to be the owner. So it's either going to be the coach or the GM, and they went with McDermott. But, I mean, you don't want him ending up in Nashville, I don't think. I mean, I think Sean McDermott what they did to the Jaguars, I thought from a defensive standpoint was outstanding. And the wrinkles and things that they threw and kind of keeping Liam and Trevor a little bit, off balance for a good chunk of that game. So, McDermott, I have to think is going to have a lot of suitors. And again, that's the kind of thing that helps the Titans if they can take advantage of it, if people believe enough in their ownership. But yeah, I was shocked that Sean McDermott got fired for that.
And certainly people aren't going to mind hiring a recycled guy. The first two guys hired, John Harbaugh and Kevin Stefanski, were recently fired guys, so that maybe where we're headed. We're also headed toward this, and McDermott falls into this category, I still think, even though he's been there 9 years. No more old guys. It's the young guns. I mean, Andy Reid's not a young gun.
He's the only one.
He's the only both Harbaughs aren't young guns, but they're not old guys either, right? They're kind of in that in between.
Right.
But I was thinking about that. Andy Reid's an old guy. If Mike McCarthy got back in, and some think he will, he's interviewing in Pittsburgh because he's from Pittsburgh. He's kind of an old guy. The Harbaughs aren't old guys, but they're not the young guns.
And they also just got to their jobs.
Yeah, correct. But that's right. But but you look around, it's young guns, and not all offensive. There's a lot of them from the defensive side of the ball. Mike McDonald, a ton of them. But regardless of what side of the ball, it's a bunch of young guns. That's who people are hiring now. The young 30-something, 40-something. That's who's getting, which is why Udinski and Nate Schillhouse are certainly a highly regarded. So it'll be very interesting carousel. Again, Grant Udinski and Anthony Campanile, both the offensive coordinator and the defensive coordinator in Jacksonville, both clearly in play for some of these jobs. McDermott surprised me, but there was a little bit of a tell when he was so animated about the officiating after the game. That's out of character for him. And it's out of character really for an NFL coach. For the record, I thought the interception was an interception. I did not think it was a catch. Brandon Cooks had the ball as he went to the ground. I never felt he secured it to the ground. If it had popped out and the defensive guy had not intercepted it, it would have been an incomplete pass because they said he wouldn't have controlled it to the ground. So I thought, but
don't you think whatever they have called it on the field, they would have just kept it?
Maybe.
Like if he would have kept it a catch, I think they probably
might have been one of those. But I thought they got that one right.
I thought it was a great interception.
Yeah, I did
too.
Crazy play.
It reminded me of Ahmad Black's pick against Oklahoma in the title game, where he stole it from the receiver on the way to the ground.
But I thought, and McDermott was so adamant. And then I saw some still shots. Richard Sherman had it. Dan Orlovsky had it. That this is a catch. Well,
still shot means nothing.
Well, in this instance, it meant nothing because it didn't show the fact that him completing the catch. So I thought it was an interception. I thought they got it right. But McDermott Hayes was so outspoken about it. It was out of character. That I did wonder. And then some people surmised on social media maybe that's because he knows he's in trouble, which is why he pleaded so heavily. And then maybe they were right. So that was a little bit of a tell, maybe that he knew what was coming.
I still was really surprised by it. I mean, to me, it's just bad business to fire a coach that's 98-50. Now, if Josh Allen, if the relationship is damaged, that's different. But if it's solely because, well, he hasn't gotten us to a Super Bowl, I mean, yeah, but he's giving you the opportunity every year, and he's won a playoff game the last 6 years. So it's not like he gets into the tournament and then loses. I mean, he's been getting there. He's been winning a game. And I think you can put a lot of their issues this year on the front office. I mean, he's throwing to Brandon Cooks and, a disappointing Keon Coleman, and Khalil Shakir is a nice player, but I mean, he's not somebody you build an offense around. Kincaid is a pretty good tight end, but I mean, in terms of the threats they have on the perimeter, they're non-existent. And, so I thought it was more on the front office than on McDermott. But, I'm obviously, this is an outsider's opinion. But if I was a team that needed a coach, Sean McDermott would be very high on my list, if not at the top.
As for other goings on in the weekend, I was shocked at all the mistakes Josh Allen made.
Yeah.
You can have bad games, but I went on and on and on about how he was and I stand by this. He's the reason they beat Jacksonville, because he was flawless. He never even looked at the wrong receiver here. He never threw anything up for grabs here. Never thought about a fumble here, and was so careless in that game. I was shocked. I was shocked that Josh Allen, who was the remaining veteran in the playoffs, boy, he just mistake after mistake after mistake.
It was really incredible to see after he did play such a pristine game against the Jaguars. But yeah, just several turnovers. Obviously, he was responsible for 4 of their 5. And if it just had been a couple, they'd have been okay. I mean, Buffalo was 10 of 15 on 3rd down. So he did a lot of those magical things that he was able to do in Jacksonville. But the turnovers just killed them. To be -4 on the day and your reigning MVP quarterback accounts for 4 on his own was really, really surprising, particularly considering they all felt like they were pretty much unforced errors.
Yes.
It didn't feel like it took Denver doing something magnificent to get the Cooks one. That was a magnificent interception.
It was.
But
the one
a lot of
half, I mean, where he's just like
holding it out.
He almost threw it backwards.
That was
and so
crazy.
And
I wonder too, all the ailments.
Yeah.
He went into the Jaguar game with a foot, then he sustains a head, a finger, a knee, and you wonder like how much of that stuff was really able to heal. So I mean, maybe he was really at 60%, because he made some plays in that game. He did throw 3 touchdowns. He made some plays against Denver where he's he is a rare talent. I mean, stuff that Josh Allen does on a football field is rare, brilliant stuff, but he was too sloppy.
Yeah, and speaking of sloppy quarterback play, the clear storyline now in the AFC South is, what about C.J. Stroud? As I told you today on Duval Rundown, he's their quarterback. He's no one else is going to start the season as the Houston quarterback. But it's naive to think now that there's now not some question. I thought the biggest concern about Stroud, believe it or not, Hayes, wasn't all the turnovers. Okay, it was all the turnovers. But the biggest sidebar to that, boy, did he look tentative, didn't he? He looked uncertain. He looked, do I throw it? Do I tuck it? Do I run it? Sometimes he just floated balls up when he got hit because that was as tentative and uncertain as I've seen a quarterback play beyond the interceptions. I mean, boy, oh boy, C.J. Stroud had a glorious rookie season when he was Rookie of the Year and well-deserved. Looked like he was headed to Pro Bowl after Pro Bowl after Pro Bowl. Not as good last year, struggled this year, and clearly the worst game of his career over the weekend. I don't know what to make of them, but as great as that defense is, and he didn't have Nico Collins, which matters. Lost Dalton Schultz early in the game, which matters. But boy, oh boy, did he look tentative. I thought, what happened to the C.J. Stroud that we saw when he came into the league? And all of a sudden, because that's in this division, the division our team plays in, that's a now glowing storyline that'll be a storyline all off season.
Yeah, it was a debacle for C.J. Stroud. I mean, it was like middle of the second quarter, and you almost wondered if D'Amico Ryans would just pull the George Costanza on him and say, do the opposite of whatever you think you should be doing in the course of play, because every decision that he was making was wrong. He would throw it while he was getting hit. Sometimes accuracy was a huge issue for him. And he hasn't played strong. So it'd be one thing if he'd had a strong year and then had a disappointment, just had the worst time to have a bad game. But he's been mediocre for 2 years now. And I mean, this was just pathetic that's a gentle way to describe it. I mean, his passer rating was 28.0. I mean, honestly, Houston would have had a better chance to pull the upset if they had just run the ball 3 times and punted every time they had to. And regardless of and they didn't run it well with Marks either. But just literally, if they had just taken a knee 3 times and punted, they would have had a better chance to beat the Patriots yesterday. C.J. Stroud single-handedly killed them, and they have a Super Bowl defense. I mean, what Houston has built on that side of the ball, I mean, how they didn't get beat 51 to whatever, based on how sloppy the Texans were with the 5 turnovers, it really was a testament to Houston's defense, which was just brilliant all year. But, you know, if they had just had average quarterback play, they probably win the world championship. But Stroud just absolutely killed them. And I don't know how, as a franchise, you can just gloss over that and say, well, this is our guy, no competition. I mean, whether it's bringing in like a Geno Smith, who I'm sure the Raiders will cut, somebody of that ilk, or maybe a Kirk Cousins, a veteran that isn't going to probably get a chance at a starting job, but can step in if something happens. I wouldn't think Houston goes with a draft because it's a bad, it looks like a pretty bad quarterback group. So to take one in the second round may not be the direction. But if you're Houston, and I know they like Mills, but they didn't like him enough to put him in yesterday. So the conversation that I would be having if I owned the Houston Texans with GM Nick Caserio would be, what is the plan at quarterback beyond C.J. Stroud? Because it can't obviously be Davis Mills, because you guys didn't think that was viable yesterday. If we're in that situation again, we need to be able to pivot to somebody that we feel like we can put in to supplant Stroud.
It'll be very interesting, because I don't think they'll go that way, but it'll be very interesting to see whether or not they do. What you do know is that's going to be a question that lingers all offseason in Houston. Weird trip to the NFC and AFC championship games. To me, the NFC kind of chalk held. You say, well, chalk didn't hold. The 5 seed got in. Yeah, well, they were the 2 best teams. They were in the same division. So it kind of held. I think the 2 best teams are playing in the NFC. The AFC, the Broncos earned their way all year long and then lost their quarterback on one of the most bizarre plays. So it looks like the Patriots are going to wind up in the Super Bowl.
When did you find out, by the way, that injury happened?
Only when I saw on social that Sean Payton had come back out.
Yeah, I was watching the next game, and my friends are texting me all this stuff about Bo Nix. I'm like, no way.
So they know? Do they know now that it was the play before the kneel down?
Yes.
There was a play where he, with a broken ankle, threw the ball and got a pass interference to put them down towards the goal line.
I didn't know.
There was a play after that rollout where he got hurt.
I didn't realize that. But the bizarre thing was, I never noticed. The only time I noticed it going back and watching after I knew it was he limped off after the kneel down. He saw him limp off. So what a crazy stuff, a crazy world. So Jarrett Stidham with 1 career win, 5 career starts in the NFL. 5 career starts in the NFL. Is playing a home AFC Championship game to try and get to the Super Bowl. Crazy world. So we'll talk more football coming up in a bit. We'll take a break. I'm going to talk about that Gator basketball team after this. Stay with us.
The Frangie Show from the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Streaming live from the XL Digital Studios. Polished by Harbor Dental Care, the locally owned smile restoration experts.
Hey, folks, it's Frangie for Lee and Kate's Glass. And I think you deserve a spa-like shower, don't you? Get rid of that dirty, dated setup you have in your bathroom. Those old-style showers can be really ugly. Install a gorgeous frameless shower with thick, sexy glass and a free diamond coating protection that's easier to clean, like Rain-X for your shower. Your bathroom will feel like a luxury spa every morning and night. You deserve it. Visit my friends at leeandkatesglass.com.
You're gonna see a big difference.
All right, folks, our private equity fund just bought another one in Jacksonville.
Love it. Let's make sure the website says locally trusted.
Should we change the number to a Florida area code?
Nah, just pretend we're local.
Meanwhile, Holland Sons Plumbing didn't need a rebrand to stay local. We're family-owned, veteran-operated, and proud to call Jacksonville home. So if you want a plumber who actually lives in your neighborhood, not in a boardroom, call Holland Sons Plumbing. Holland Sons Plumbing. Locally owned, nationally unbothered.
Post-game Monday on 1010XL. Served by Tandy Foods, making quality fresh sandwiches since 1956.
Rick Ballou here with a congratulations for John's Auto. They've been in business in Jacksonville for 40 years. That's right, going all the way back to 1985. Right now, they'd like to thank each and every one of you who's ever gotten their vehicle serviced at John's Auto. So, car, truck, or diesel, all makes, all models, whether it's a routine maintenance or a complete engine overhaul, go to John's Auto on Arlington Road, JohnAutomotiveJacks.com.
It may be winter in Northeast Florida, but it's one of the most important times to protect your lawn. Prosser here for Julington Creek Pest Control. Their winterizer strengthens roots and improves cold tolerance. Pre-emergent treatments stop spring weeds before they ever start. What that means is you set the stage for a thicker, greener lawn when spring arrives. Call today to schedule your winter lawn treatment with Julington Creek Pest Control. Our family serving yours since 1984.
Coach Campo here, and I just want to tell you about the best pizza I've had right here in Duval, and that's Tony D's Pizza. Tony works hard to make every slice perfect. If you love pizza like I do, you need to go to Tony D's, Bay Meadows and 295.
Here's good advice from your friends here at 1010XL. I'm Frank Frangie. The next time you need to send a gift for a birthday, anniversary, wedding, or just for the fun of it, call the experts at Kuhn Flowers. For over 75 years, Kuhn Flowers does it right.
New year, new lifetime dreams. Let's build them together. Jeff Breyer here with the Lifetime Family of Companies, your local backyard
and indoor
home improvement specialists.
That's right, Dad. Lifetime enclosures, lifetime flooring, and lifetime windows.
Glass and screen enclosures, outdoor kitchens, pergolas, replacement windows, all to enhance your home's livability and value.
And a huge flooring showroom with thousands of the latest tile, LVP, hardwood, and carpet selections to help you fall in love with your home again.
Come experience the lifetime difference. Call or visit one of our showrooms today for our limited lifetime offers.
Lifetime enclosures.
Hey folks, it's Frank Frangie. All those festive holiday feasts probably have added a few extra pounds, but here's the thing. You can make this the year you finally lose the weight safely and for good. Now, you know by now my daughter Amber kicked off the journey with Awaken 180 weight loss back in the summer. You ready for this? She's lost 100 pounds in 6 months. Man, is she proud of that. 100 pounds. And she really did it with this really, really good plan. There's no shots, no medications, no supplements, just real food and a proven plan. That's right. With Awaken 180, you can still enjoy your favorite food and drink. No more yo-yo diets or feeling deprived. The structured program empowers you to control your eating without hunger. It really is doable. Don't just resolve to make the change. Make the change. Call Awaken 180 today and take that first small step. Book your consultation now, 1-844-346-1800, or visit awaken180weightloss.com. It worked for Amber. It really did. And it can work for you. Awaken 180 weight loss.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
It's a Best Bet Monday on The Frangie Show with fantastic locations in Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine. It's Best Bet.
We're doing our friends from Best Bet. 3 great locations. Best Bet Orange Park is on US 17 in Orange Park. Best Bet St. Augustine right off the highway on 95 as you head that way. And Best Bet Jacksonville on Monument Road. Satellites into Blizzard on the Beach main event. And the event 1 continue all next week. So head to those 3 great Best Bet locations. Florida beat Vanderbilt 98-94 in just a fantastic college basketball game. Handful of thoughts. Number 1, Vandy's legit. You can't be 16-1, and if you're not, I wasn't sure how they were legit. People say, well, Vandy just played a great game. Well, they did play a great game because Florida played a great game too. But that was 2 very good teams that I think will go deep into the tournament.
Their guard with the sideshow Bob haircut, he was unbelievable.
Really good player, Tanner, and they have a good team. Now they're not as big as Florida. Their guards are better, but they're not as big. But they have a good team. Let me give you some of the numbers from that game. Florida, to beat Vandy, had to shoot 52.5% for the game. They made 9 3-pointers, by far their best of the year, 37.5%. They were 25 of 30 from the free throw line. That's what it took. I've always said, Jimmy Dykes kept saying, quit shooting threes. I said, Jimmy, he was right. They were shooting them too fast, but you got to make threes to win big games like that, and Florida made 9 of them. Vandy shot 51% from the field. They were 8 of 22 from the arc. They were 20 of 22 from the free throw line. They had like 4 turnovers in the entire game. It was a really good game played by 2 really good teams. And again, Vandy is legit now. Vandy's going deep into the tournament. I believe that on my heart. But if Florida can get guard play, your take has been one of them play great, one of them play okay, and then if the third one, Clavsar, you're putting in that group with Fland and Lee, you're okay. And that's kind of how it played out. Lee played great.
Particularly since Brown came up so big.
Yeah, he played great, and the others were just okay. But I will tell you, make no mistake about this. Houck is their best player. He's a lottery pick. He can do everything. He's a 6'9" guy that can do everything. Chinyelu is the one nobody talked about. He's one of the best big guys in the country. Don't sleep on Alex Condon. No one's talking about Condon. Condon went for 16 and 8.
Big free throws late.
And 2 clutch free throws. He's a 7-footer that runs the floor like a wide receiver. So those 3 guys together, I will tell you this. You'll laugh when I say, I'm not saying they're not as good. They're not as good. So don't I'm not comparing them in terms of how good. But they're similar in playing style to Horford, Noah, and Brewer. Now, they're not as good. Those 2 guys won back-to-back titles. But
I don't think it's like crazy.
It's not crazy because
I would take the 04s.
Of course you would.
But I don't think it's like
because Chinyelu,
they're not in the same stratosphere.
Correct. Chinyelu plays like Horford, the 6'10" guy that's now developed some skills and he's physical. Noah and Condon are very similar, both 6'11", both run up and down the court, both not great shooters, but greatly athletic and tip balls. And Houck might be better than Brewer. I mean, he's certainly the same kind of guy, a very tall 3 guy that can shoot threes. You can see the parallel to those 3 guys. It's incredible how good that front court is. And they're going to be a really tough out. You called it, Hayes. You said play those hard games early, get beaten some if you have to, but then you're ready. Now the guards have sort of found themselves a little bit. They're good. That team will be a tough out. I'm looking at the games. At Georgia will be hard. Georgia's pretty good. At Georgia will be hard. At A&M, they play at A&M. And then they play both games against Kentucky. I don't expect them to go 17-1 in the league. I don't think they're winning the rest of them. But I think they're going to win most of the rest of them. I think they're at the point now that I think they're, as they should be, the odds-on favorite to win the regular years, which you want to see them do. That is a special basketball team, and you really saw it on Saturday.
Yeah, without a doubt. And the tough non-conference is paying big dividends now. And it really did in Nashville. For them they finished that game on a 6-0 run. I mean, Xavier Lee hits the step back 3 with 45 seconds left. They get the stops they need. I was surprised the great Vanderbilt guard settled for, I thought, a bad shot.
I did too.
But Condon gets the rebound. You go with 6.1 seconds, hits them both, makes it a 4-point game. It just excellent basketball down the stretch in the clutch moments where they hadn't been great at that in the 5 losses, particularly Duke, Arizona, UConn, games that they could have won, games 3 of the top 5 teams in the country. But I do think it served them well on Saturday, which is when you need it. I mean, you want to win the SEC title. That's something that should still be very coveted for the University of Florida. They have not done that very often for a team that has 3 national titles on its resume. This was a huge step towards that. You have the tiebreaker over Vanderbilt. It was the lone meeting. They're tied with Texas A&M, who's also 4-1. Texas A&M's a good story. I don't think they're going to have much staying power. They're just 42nd in the net. So it's not like Texas A&M is 4-1 and they're 19th in the net. You know, Florida's like 15th. They're out. They're not even in the top 40. So I think part of that might be the way the schedule broke for them. The game is in College Station on February 7th, but you know, that's really, as you look at it, Florida has a very advantageous path. I could see them winning out. I could see their next loss coming in the NCAA tournament if they get beat and if they're unable to repeat. This team, like we've talked about, the front court is out of this world. The front court is generationally good. The 04s are not really this generation now. It's hard to say that. It doesn't feel like it. It feels like they were just there, but it really wasn't. It was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
That's a generation. This is a generational front court for Florida. And yes, the metric of the guard play in terms of how it has to work. Lee had 20 with the huge 3, so he played great. Fland and Clavsar didn't do much, but because Brown had 14 points off the bench, which was a career high, when you combine, because that's total bonus points. I don't ever expect anything from Brown. Anything he does is a complete bonus in a basketball game. So for him to get 14, if you combine Brown with Fland, okay, well, now the two of them combined, you've got 21 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 turnover. So that combined with Xavier Lee's great game, okay, well, now 2 of them played great, and Klavzar didn't do much. But so the formula held largely because of how great Xavier Lee was, and then Isaiah Brown combining with Fland to produce a good performance. But Florida has scored 90 points or more in 7 of their last 8 games.
And 4
no one is stopping them. I mean, no one can handle what they present on the glass. I mean, they are a rebounding juggernaut, and there isn't a team in this league that is going to be able to handle that. And so could they have an off night? They could, but it is going to take. Vanderbilt gave them their best shot and more on their home floor on a Saturday in a packed gym,
and the crowd was
and
in
it
it.
Wasn't enough. And I think Vanderbilt might be the second best team in this league.
I think they are. I think they're, and I haven't seen every team, but I was really impressed with Vanderbilt. I was really impressed. It was a heck of a game. Who knows where the Gators are headed? And by the way, we talked about Chinyelu, Condon, and Houck being that great front court. Well, the first guy off the bench is an athletic 7'1" guy. A 7'1" guy, he can't shoot much, but he got a 7'1" guy who runs the floor. I mean, that's your backup.
They're loaded.
Your backup is
they got to stay healthy.
Yeah.
Because they're only playing like 8 guys.
Right,
so if one of these key guys gets hurt, it's a totally different discussion. But if they stay healthy, they can absolutely repeat.
And you and I had a fun conversation earlier, even though it's a shame on us for even mentioning this. But good luck next year when the first 6 guys are all gone.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be totally. But worry about that next year. Worry about that next. But they have Florida has a really good basketball team. They're back to where people thought they would be. We'll take a break. Headlines are next. Stay with us.
It's the ride home with the Frangie Show from the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Get the most play-by-play on 1010XL.
It's a battle of the quarterbacks. Fernando Mendoza's Heisman versus Carson Beck's 2 titles with Georgia, undefeated Indiana, and Miami at Hard Rock Stadium. Tonight at 7:30 on 1010 AM.
Folks, this month marks a big milestone for Nimnick. 85 years of serving Jacksonville. Since 1941, Nimnick has been more than a dealership. It's been part of this community. 4 generations of families, thousands of vehicles sold, and a reputation built on doing things the right way. So when you hear nobody but Nimnick, that's 85 years of trust behind it. If you bought a car from Nimnick, serviced one, or participated in one of the causes, you are part of that legacy. So stop by and celebrate 85 years with the Nimnick family, because this milestone belongs to Jacksonville too. There's 2 great locations. There's Nimnick Chevrolet on Cassett and Park, and there's Nimnick Buick GMC located on Phillips Highway. They're proud of 85 years, and they should be. Nobody does it better than Nimnick. So head to Nimnick today, and if you want a great deal, the best deal, who gives it to you? Nobody but Nimnick.
When you're faced with damage in your home from water, fire, or mold, you need a team with the expertise to fix it right.
Resto Pros!
A locally owned, nationally backed franchise that's here to help you when you need them. A team that does it right the first time.
Resto Pros!
Remember, you don't have to use the insurance company's preferred contractors. Get it done right by a licensed professional you can trust. Call 904-201-9151 or go to RestoProsNEFlorida.com. That's RestoProsNEFlorida.com.
Resto Pros!
How does it feel to throw an NFL touchdown? Find out from a guy who's thrown 89 of them.
I'm David Garrard on 1010XL.
Mondays from 10 to noon on Jaguars Today. Restored by Resto Pros of Northeast Florida.
Get a healthy start in 2026. The Florida Department of Health in Duval County is here to help you get healthy and stay healthy all year long. Our dedicated team is committed to providing high-quality care and trusted public health services for our community. Our mission is simple: to protect, promote, and improve the health of you and your family. Learn more about our programs and services by visiting duval.floridahealth.gov.
The best wings in town are coming to River City Marketplace. Leon Cersei here. Wingstop is opening another North Jacksonville location soon at the end of December. You always get fresh, made-to-order wings in 11 flavors, including original, hot, garlic parm, and of course, lemon pepper. Wingstop now has 18 locations in Jacksonville, always open until 1 a.m. So skip the wait and order your wings online at wingstop.com and swing by to pick up at the brand new Wingstop location in River City Marketplace.
Ghost. Skeletor World Tour 2026. Ghost. Theatrical. Arena Rock. January 22nd, Five Star Veterans Memorial Arena. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Ghost. Don't miss Ghost.
Start your new year off healthy and get screened at Ackerman Cancer Center with on-site imaging, including whole body MRI, PET and CT scans, and mammography. Early detection is key. Visit AckermanCancerCenter.com.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Do you want to grow your career with a company that's committed to growing with you? Florida Home AC has aggressive plans to double their workforce, and they're looking for determined, resourceful people with initiative. Just log on to floridahomeac.com/careers to find out more.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Gather round. It's Hayes' Headlines, presented by Harrell and Harrell. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Hear all about it. Here's Hayes Carline.
Welcome back to the Frangie Show. Thank you to our friends at Harrell and Harrell. Give them a call at 251-1111. Lots to get to today, so we will go up tempo, and we will start with the Jaguars, Frank. Are the Jaguars now, in your opinion, the favorite in the AFC South next season? Do you think that will be the viewpoint after C.J. Stroud's struggles yesterday for Houston?
I do. It'll be close. I mean, you look at all the prognosticators. It won't. If there's 10 prognosticators, they're not all 10 going to pick the Jags. I think 6 will pick the Jags, and 3 will pick the Texans, and 1's going to be different and think that Daniel Jones comes back and picks the Colts. But yeah, they'll get more votes than anybody else if there was a voting body. The Jags are the better team. They won the division. They proved they were the better team over the course of the year against a very good schedule, a very hard schedule. I think the Jags were upwardly mobile. They lost to Buffalo when Josh Allen played a marvelous game. They had not been in the playoffs in a few years. The Texans have a lot of playoff experience. But yes, I think the Jaguars are the better of the two teams, and I think they'll be recognized as such when all the preseason whatevers come out.
Both Jaguars coordinators really deep in the coaching carousel. We'll start with Grant Udisky, the offensive coordinator for the Jaguars, is the betting favorite to be the Cleveland Browns' next head coach. Meanwhile, defensive coordinator Anthony Campanile, who authored the league's top run defense this season, he is interviewing with the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, I told you and I disagreed. You thought they're both going to leave this year. I thought neither one would leave this year, but they would leave eventually. We'll see. I think Grant Udinski has every chance. I think he really wowed him in Cleveland. When I looked at all those lists of the betting favorites, Nate Shieldhouse wasn't on that list. I think it's down to Udinski and Shieldhouse and one of those two guys. So in my mind, it's at least 50-50 that Grant's the next Cleveland coach. Campanile's interviewed with the Dolphins and the Ravens. I think he's going to be a very good head coach at some point. I don't sense he'll be gone this year.
Let's get to around the NFL. We mentioned Houston's loss to New England and where that may leave the Texans moving forward with a struggling quarterback in C.J. Stroud. Let's talk about the other side of it. The Patriots embarrassed Stroud in a win over the Texans 28-16. Are you a believer in the New England Patriots?
I'm trying to get there.
Drake made it hard for us to be believers after that.
I was not impressed.
I still think the Jags would have gone up there and beaten them.
I do too.
I believe that on my heart. The Jags would have beaten them. I now think they're going to be in the Super Bowl because they caught the ultimate break with Bo Nix getting hurt. I think Mike Vrabel's a fantastic coach. I think Drake May is going to be a very good quarterback when he irons out some of the young person wrinkles. I think they play with a toughness because that's what Vrabel's teams do. I think they're going to be in the Super Bowl, but I'm not there yet in terms of the word sold. No,
I'm not either. The Broncos edged the Bills 33-30 in overtime, but as you mentioned, Bo Nix done with the ankle injury for the rest of this postseason. Jarrett Stidham will start. Can you at least somewhat buy into Denver with that defense being at home, maybe able to give New England a game?
Yeah, well, yeah. Again, it's just hard without a quarterback. It's hard without a quarterback who has played. Yeah, because New England's not – this isn't the Tom Brady Patriots. Yeah, I think they can hang around. They're playing at home. That's a great home crowd. I mean, we saw it firsthand, up close and personal. Yeah, they have a chance, but I can't imagine Jarrett Stidham beating Drake May where we are now. So I think the Patriots will beat them. But, yeah, the defense will keep them in the game, so will the crowd.
Buffalo ownership did not handle the Bills failing again in the tournament. Sean McDermott fired earlier this morning. He was 98-50 as the Bills coach.
I think that was almost in a different way 10 years later, but not unlike the Tomlin thing. No one thinks Mike Tomlin's a bad coach. He never had a win. He never had a losing season in 19 years. But the belief in Pittsburgh was it was time. I think that's what happened here. I don't think anybody believes Sean McDermott's a bad football coach. But it has been 9 years, and you do get the impression they can't get over the top with him, so they felt like it was time. I was surprised. I was very surprised by it. I told you this earlier. But he was so passionately outspoken against the refs after the game. He's a real classy guy, a very understated guy, a very respected guy. That was way out of character for him, Hayes. And I think that might have told me, okay, maybe there's something going on there. I did think it when he was. I scratched my head a little bit when he was that outspoken about the officials.
Let's get to the NFC side of things. The Seahawks dominate the 49ers 41-6, but lose running back Zach Charbonnet to a torn ACL.
Yeah, that one hurt. Again, Kenneth Walker's their best back, but I mean Charbonnet's a big part of that offense. But they're good now, and we've known that all year long. That is a tough, hard-nosed, physical team. Sam Darnold is playing at a very good level. They got maybe the best receiver in football. That's a tough out. Not only this week for the Rams, but whoever they wind up playing in Santa Clara.
The Rams outlast the Bears in overtime, a thriller, 20-17. You don't often see a team make the kind of play Caleb Williams made to Cole Kmet and then lose the game in overtime.
Well, you don't often see that kind of play.
Right.
I mean, for people that didn't, I assume by now, people that listen to sports radio have seen all the highlights because you're diehard sports fans. But if for whatever reason you were in a cave and just came out of it 5 minutes ago and you haven't seen the play, you got to go. There's nothing like it. Caleb Williams drops the throw. They've got him. They got him cornered.
It was the most blown up play ever.
Yeah, they totally blew it up. So he just kept spiraling backwards and backwards and backwards and backwards, then threw it off his back foot, and it wound up being a perfect throw to an open receiver. It wasn't a Hail Mary. It wasn't tipped. It wound up being a perfect throw to an open receiver. It's the most bizarre thing you've ever seen, but you're right. Usually when something like that happens, you're destined to win, and they didn't win.
Yeah, it was just a 14-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah.
But it was anything but that.
Yeah, it was amazing. It really was.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Let's see. Where are we here? Falcons hire Kevin Stefanski. Good move for Atlanta?
Really good coach.
Yeah.
Two-time coach of the year. He's one of the young guns, and he's a recycled coach. It just didn't happen in Cleveland. I don't think Cleveland fired him because they think he's a bad coach. It was maybe just time for the next guy. I think Kevin Stefanski's
He upgraded.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah, doggone right.
Big time.
He won. He absolutely did. I think he's a really good coach, and I think that's a good hire.
I think they may win that division next year. Because I think he is good. I just think he was saddled with pathetic ownership and obviously a dreadful quarterback situation.
And just a hard.
And I'm
franchise.
not even a huge Penix guy,
Yeah.
but boy, they've got a lot of talent.
Yeah.
And that is not a great division. So maybe Atlanta will finally have some good times heading that way. Let's get to college football. Miami, Indiana tonight.
Is it tonight?
Final thoughts as we get a few hours away from the national championship.
I think it's a wonderful matchup. I think there's no blue bloods. Miami once upon a time was a blue blood. Indiana, not even a green blood. It's an amazing matchup.
Indiana doesn't even have blood.
Right. It's an amazing matchup of two teams that earned their way in. I think they're both underdogs of sorts. It's crazy to call the U an underdog, but they are because of the way they climbed through the playoff seedings. Indiana, was the number 1 seed, but nobody could believe it. I think it's a fantastic matchup. It's 2 NFL quarterbacks. It's 2 really well-coached teams. I can't wait to get to 7:50. 7:50 is your kick, by the way, in case you're wondering, JJ. It's not 7:30. 7:50.
It never is.
I can't wait to get to 7:50 and then kick this off. I'm really there's been national championship games I'm not as excited about.
TCU, Georgia.
Yeah, among those, I am really excited about this one. I just think this will be a really fun, and I hope for our friend JJ, but not just for you, JJ. I hope Indiana doesn't roll another team.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to. I really don't. But I hope at 10:38 Eastern we're still watching.
We're still watching. Yeah, quick shout out to like Ruben Bain, Francis Mauinoa, Basaint, Fletcher, like the guys who have been in this portal era. These are the guys who have been there since they were freshmen. They were recruited when we were losing to Middle Tennessee State and FIU. They came to the program and they absolutely turned everything around. Just shout out those dudes and, of course, Mario.
Well said. Agreed on all.
Absolutely. The SEC and Big Ten remain deadlocked on playoff expansion plans. They have until Friday to figure it out. The Big Ten wants a 24-team tournament. The SEC would like a 16-team tournament. What happens?
Well, here's the storyline. It's everybody agrees with the SEC except for the Big Ten. The Notre Dame people, the Group of 5 people, the Big 12, the ACC, they're all agreeing with the SEC. But the leagues voted, because the SEC and Big Ten are so powerful, to let the 2 of them decide. That's why they're saying they're different. The Big Ten's all wrong in this. It doesn't look like they're going to budge at all. I think there's now a chance. They're so stubborn that we have 12 again. And if we do, we play on. 16's the right. We all now know the answer. The answer is 16, 5 automatic qualifiers, the 4 power conferences plus 1 group of 5 and 11 at large. It's not complicated. It's an easy fix, but the Big Ten is going to be stubborn because that will not serve them well, and it's all about self-interest now. If you ask me to guess right now, I think stubbornness might win out, and we have 12 next year.
Interesting. DJ Lagway has signed with Baylor. The former Florida Gator is now back at his father's alma mater. He announced a commitment, but then he started taking visits and things like that. He is locked in now with the Baylor Bears.
That's the right place. That's where his dad went. I even saw some highlights of his dad as a running back there, who's a pretty good player. I think it's great that he wound up there. I'm rooting hard for DJ Lagway. I think DJ Lagway deserves good. I think he's a good person. I think he's well paid too, by the way. I am not a Florida person that wants him to fail. I hope he does well. And if people are saying, "Wow, look at him. He's having a great year in the Big 12. Florida was crazy to let him go," I can live with it. I hope he does well, and I think he might. I think he landed at the right spot.
Let's get to college basketball. The Gators regained their elite form with a 98-94 win at Vandy. Florida now 4-1 in SEC play, up to 15th in the net rankings.
If Xavier Lee, Boogie Flan, Clavzar Brown, the backcourt guys can be reasonably good, if they can be what Xavier Lee was that day, Florida is going to have a real chance to win the national championship again. That looked like a fun. To me, that was a fun, because I was really impressed with Vandy. The way they played, their guard play, how many shots they kept making, how many big shots they made. That, to me, was a Final Four team beating an Elite Eight team. I thought they're both very good.
JU wins at North Alabama 90-68. Hayden Wood scored 25 points as he connected on 6 of 7 threes. The Dolphins improved to 2-4 in ASUN play.
Yeah, JU should have won Thursday night. They led the whole game against North Arkansas and then lost, or Central Arkansas. They led the entire game and lost at the very end against Central Arkansas and then blew out North Al. So JU starting to find themselves a little bit. They're kicking themselves for losing that Thursday nighter. Hayden Wood he's from Arkansas, by the way, so he's from Springdale. So when he went back to Central Arkansas, had a big game there too. He can really shoot it, no question. He's a 6'6" guy, so he's got a little length and can really shoot it.
Let's get to the PGA Tour. The first event is in the books. Chris Gotterup wins the Sony Open at 16 under.
You know what? He's a guy to watch, isn't he? There's a lot of young guns. I talk about young guns in college football. He's a young gun. I didn't watch because I couldn't stop. I'm an old person, and old people don't stay up late. But I can't wait for the next event. And Chris Gotterup's the guy to watch. I think we all agree that's a guy to watch.
He looks just like Brooks Koepka, by the way.
He does.
He really does.
Yeah, absolutely. He'll be one to watch when the Players arrives here in short
He's the
order.
one who won the Scottish Open last year in like a stacked field.
Yep. He's got 3 wins now on tour, so a big-time up-and-coming player. Let's get you out on today's musical note of the day. This week, Back in 1989, Guns N' Roses releases Paradise City, the third single off their debut album Appetite for Destruction. The song would climb to number 5 on the Billboard Top 100, one of the greatest rock songs ever written.
Yeah, it's probably one of the great anthems up there with the rock, kind of almost a rock pop feel to it, just like Don't Stop has. It's one of the most well-known anthems of that era. No question about it. Well done as always. Hour 2's next. Stay with us.
The Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
I am just a figment of your imagination.
1010XL. 1010XL.
Frank Frangie here for my friend and insurance agent Craig Dewhurst. Craig has been helping families on the First Coast with their insurance needs for 25 years as your good neighbor and local State Farm agent. Now is a great time to review your insurance policies, whether you need auto, homeowners, or renter's insurance, or insurance for your golf cart, boat, or jet skis. Craig handles all of my family's insurance needs, and even better, he gives back to the community. Call Craig today at 904-940-9740. That's 904-940-9740.
A new year is the perfect time to finally get organized. Hey, this is Lauren Brooks, and I love our closets from Closets by Design. They create custom storage systems designed around how you actually live. From closets and garages to home offices, entertainment centers, laundry rooms, and more. Beautiful, functional storage for any space, lifestyle, and budget. Start the new year strong with 40% off plus an extra 15% off, free installation, and 18-month special financing. Schedule your free in-home consultation. Call 904-878-9393 or visit closetsbydesign.com.
They're experts on the Jaguars.
This is where it all starts.
Mike Dempsey and Fat Tony bring you Jaguars Today, 10 to noon weekdays.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios at 1010XL.
If you've been in an auto accident, you can count on the experts at San Jose Collision to return your vehicle to pre-accident conditions. San Jose Collision can also provide a fresh paint job to freshen up your vehicle or completely change its appearance. They can paint and repair all foreign and domestic cars and trucks. When quality and professionalism are important to you, trust San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
This is Jeff Middlecoff with Cogent Bank. My associate Ryan Salem and I joined Cogent Bank because we wanted to revolutionize the mortgage business, just like Cogent Bank has revolutionized the banking business. So Ryan Salem and I are able to leverage the power and stability of Cogent Bank to go out and find our clients the best investors, the best products, and the best rates in the entire country for your particular mortgage loan. Of course, you don't have to be a customer at Cogent Bank to take advantage of our mortgage services to buy or refinance your home. We offer jumbo loans, VA, FHA, conventional and investment loans. At Cogent Bank, we offer mortgages nationwide, so we can help you with a second home or help a family member who lives or is moving to another state. Call Ryan Salem or myself, Jeff Middlecoff, at Cogent Bank today, 904-442-9191, to see how we can help you with any of your mortgage loan needs, whatever or wherever they may be.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, Cogent Bank, NMLS ID 402296, Fine Salem, NMLS ID 1182429, Jeff Middlecoff, NMLS ID 249086.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Today's restaurant of the day, Flame Broiler, the Rice Bowl King. Try their new char wings. Char broiled, never fried, grilled to perfection. Available as a 3 or 10-piece side combo meal with rice and a drink. Order today at 105 Jacksonville Flame Broiler locations.
The Florida Forum welcomes former Russian political prisoner and Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist Vladimir Kara-Murza at the Center of Performing Arts. Hear his powerful story of courage, imprisonment, and freedom, February 3rd. All proceeds for the Florida Forum benefit the Women's Board of Wolfson Children's Hospital, supporting a new outdoor play area for behavioral health services. Still to come, Chef Jose Andres on March 31st. Get your tickets now at thefloridaforum.com.
I'm Holt Harrell. I was talking to someone the other day, and they were shocked that some lawyers get more from a case than their own client. After paying bills and costs, if we are supposed to get more than a client, we won't. That's the Harrell and Harrell promise. When we say that we treat our clients like family, we mean it. If you've been in an accident, call us today. 251-1111. Harrell and Harrell. Offices, Jacksonville.
Ticket here for Action Garage Door. Nothing more frustrating than your garage door misfiring. When it does, I call Action Garage Door. They take action. Jeff and Art and crew, Jacksonville folks, not some big out-of-town chain. Something goes wrong with your garage door, take action. Check them out. Garage Door 911, GarageDoor911.com.
I'm Max Fink with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, brought to you by Peterbrook Chocolatier. The Cleveland Browns will be conducting a second interview with Jaguars offensive coordinator Grant Udinski, who would become the youngest head coach in NFL history if hired. Sean McDermott is out as Bills head coach following their overtime loss to Denver Saturday. McDermott finished with an 8-8 postseason record. It's 52 degrees at 5 o'clock time and temp, brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. 10-10
Take.
The 10-10 Take is brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter, plumbing, septic, and air conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. That's duckduckrooter.com. Carson Beck, if he wins tonight, will be the most unappreciated Jacksonville guy ever, and that's a shame. He deserves to be more appreciated than he has. And he can certainly solidify all that with winning tonight. If Miami wins tonight, number one, it'll be a gigantic upset. I'm still not sure how Miami beating Indiana in football is an upset, but it will be. They're a gigantic, 8.5-point underdog, somewhere thereabouts. This is a Jacksonville guy. This is a Jacksonville guy. He was born in Jacksonville. He grew up in Jacksonville. He started his career at Providence. He finished at the public school Mandarin. He brought a state championship back to Jacksonville. He went to Georgia, which is certainly a school followed by a lot of people here in Jacksonville, and won 24 of his 27 starts at Georgia. And now he's on the cusp of, if he wins tonight, bringing a state championship back to the state of Florida. And I think he's got a long career in the NFL, whether it's as a starter, a Midland starter, backup, whatever. I think he's got a real chance. Carson Beck, born and raised here, Jacksonville guy through and through. I can tell you, I know so many of my buddies whose sons played with Carson in travel baseball, played with him in football, stayed buddies for the longest time. And for some reason, he just doesn't get recognized as a Jacksonville hero as much as I think he should. And I think if he wins tonight, that's going to happen. Good luck to Carson Beck and the Canes tonight, Hayes, because I think he really does deserve to be lauded right up there with Derrick Henry and Tim Tebow and Mac Jones and so many others that have come out of here and been great stars out of our city. I hope Carson Beck gets his due if they win tonight.
Yeah, and I think he will. I think this is the last afternoon in Jacksonville where Carson Beck, where that opinion will be valid, because I think after tonight, I think Miami's going to win. I think they're going to pull the upset. I think Carson Beck's going to play with great efficiency. And I think Miami's going to win the game 24-23, and Carson Beck's going to be a local hero.
Yeah, I think he really deserves that, and I hope Jacksonville gives him his due, and I really do. JJ, how do Miami fans feel about him? Love him?
Oh, they love him.
They love him.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He's only there 1 year, but that was enough,
a hell of
right?
a year.
But look at the
same
year,
way.
right?
I mean, Cam Ward, same thing. I mean, they loved what Cam Ward brought to the offense last year. And listen, if last year didn't happen, this year doesn't happen. If Cam Ward doesn't go off and become a great high draft pick, Carson doesn't come to Miami.
Great point.
And he even said that in an interview this week at Media Days. Like, to see the success that Cam Ward had and the draft stock went up and all that, that's why he came. And I know a lot of people didn't watch the last month of Miami Hurricane football, but man, when we needed it most, he was phenomenal after that SMU game, and he's been great through the playoffs. He's done exactly what they needed him to do. I think they're going to need him tonight. I don't think this is going to be like Texas A&M where they, run the ball 1,000 times and it's 7-10 final. I think Carson's going to have to throw for a couple of touchdowns, and I think he can do it. I definitely think he can do it.
And by the way, if they win tonight, Hayes, he'll have 3 national championship rings in his dresser. There's not a lot of people that have that. Okay, he didn't start the first 2, but he'll have 3 pieces of jewelry. How many players have ever had that? How many players have ever had? How many college football players have ever had 3 rings?
Leon.
I was going to say Leon got 3.
But he was a redshirt freshman.
But he's got 3.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, but I mean, but think about it. There's not very many that have had it. So it's hard not to root for Carson, and hopefully he'll do well tonight. And you're right what you said, JJ. He doesn't get there if Miami doesn't have the enormous success last year. It's a great point. And you do wonder, we talked about this last week a great deal. I'll say it again now that the game is here. If this works, is this the new model for everybody? Do we look up and half the teams are already playing one-year veteran quarterbacks, right? Half the teams of significance. I mean, do we get to where that's just how you do it?
Well, they just did it again. Allegedly, they're getting Darian Mensah from Duke, who is probably the best quarterback in the portal this year.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I feel bad for the guys that they have in the room now, the high school guys. Because if you're a high school quarterback, why the hell would you ever go to Miami now?
Yeah, but
this is the way to do it.
Not just Miami. Indiana did the same thing. So not just Miami. Is this going to be the way it goes? I mean, is it going to? It's almost like, okay. So there's this guy, Elijah Haven, who is like the #1 high school quarterback. And Florida's in on him. You see this? Mm-hmm. Florida, I don't know who else. I know Florida's
They were crystal ball to get him prior to Napier being fired.
Right. So
back in October.
So Elijah Haven is the 6'5", #1 quarterback in the Rivals, 24/7, all that. He's #1. And then it's down to 4 schools, and Florida's one of them. I don't know who the other ones are. I know Florida's one.
It's like Alabama, LSU, and Auburn, I think.
So Florida, that's right. So Florida's supposed to got a chance to get him. Okay, you get him. All right. So you pay him, I don't know, 2.5, 3. What do you have to pay to get him?
Probably not at this point.
Okay, whatever you have to pay. You have to pay a couple million to get it. I would imagine even a rookie or a freshman, because he's that good, you're going to have
the #1 guy.
You're going to have to pay some millions. Okay. So he comes, and meanwhile, for the sake of the conversation, Philo has a big year, but he's not a super NFL prospect, and he leads them to the playoffs.
You got to pay to bring him back.
Then you got to pay to bring him back. Does it almost not worth getting the 5-star?
Without a doubt, because you're really only going to be able to sell one guy on the plan, and then there's going to be a drop off to your backup and your third guy. And I mean, there's a lot of hypotheticals with Florida's quarterback. What if Aaron Philo, who's making like $1.5 million this year, roughly, what if Aaron Philo becomes one of the best quarterbacks in the SEC? Well, now Florida's going to have to jump his salary to $6.5 million, which is going to be very interesting to see if Florida is willing to do that. Because if they aren't, Aaron Philo will be 1 year at Florida, have a huge year, and then he'll go be Indiana's quarterback or Miami's quarterback or Texas Tech's quarterback. So it's very interesting to see how these front offices navigate and the money that they're going to have to keep coming up with and expand that money for reasons like this. If you bring in a player that's a pretty good, bargain deal and the player blows up, you've got to be committed to immediately, like for Philo, you're going to have to give him a $5 million raise next year if he's elite. Because how can you let him go? If you're the University of Florida, how could you possibly watch a highly touted quarterback, a productive quarterback, leave, particularly to go to a rival if it's Miami?
And meanwhile, an area where it hasn't gone as well, Florida State has just gotten a commitment from Malachi Marshall, who was regarded as the best junior college quarterback out there. So they're excited about him. He's a very good junior college player. They got Ashton Daniels already coming in. They've got this guy. They've also got a transfer from Lafayette College named Dean DeNoble, I think it is. So now the question becomes, what do you do if you miss on it? Well, you get fired, right? But I mean, is every school, because that's what everybody's doing now. So I don't know much about Malachi Marshall, but I'll be interested. I mean, apparently FSU thinks that's going to be their quarterback.
He's the JUCO Player of the Year.
Yeah. So apparently he's an interesting guy. He's from Rock Hill, South Carolina, which is right there in South Carolina, Charlotte area, very close to Clemson and South Carolina. Considered South Carolina, but the Noles paid him. So the Noles wound up, and the Noles out-recruited him. So
and South Carolina has sellers.
Yeah, so he's not going to play next year at South Carolina. So bottom line is, all of a sudden, that's what you do. So I'm telling you, it's a very interesting quarterbacks in college football, more interesting than ever. And tonight, again, one last thing before we break, you're watching 2 quarterbacks tonight that are either 6'4" or 6'5", big arms, both NFL draftees. Mendoza might be first. And both of those guys played most of their career at a different school. Mendoza was at Cal until he got to Indiana for 1 year. Beck was at, as we talked about, Georgia for 3 years before he got to Miami for 1 year. It's the most interesting paradigm you've ever seen in where college football's going.
It's the NFL with no contracts.
Right.
I mean, that's basically what it's become.
Yeah, and by the way, I did get a kick out of. Did you see the Beck interview?
I graduated 2 years ago.
They asked him, said, "Did you go to class today?" He says, "Dude, I graduated 2 years ago. No class for me." I mean, I do wonder. Do you have to take classes?
No, in the full answer, he said,
I'm taking graduate classes.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and that semester's over, and I'm going to the draft.
But it's still a fun answer.
Hilarious.
Yeah, it was a great answer. We'll take a break. More in a moment. Stay with us.
The Frangie Show from the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
1010XL takes you inside the program director's office with Dan and Jeff.
The fun's over. Anybody messes this thing up is through.
The Drill.
Not only are you fired, your life is over.
Mornings on 1010XL.
Don't mess up.
Is your backyard ready for the big leagues? Pick it here for Surfside Pools. Serving Northeast Florida since 1977, they have the home field advantage. Family owned and operated, offering weekly pool service, equipment repairs, commercial maintenance, remodels, and new pool construction. Let Surfside Pools make your backyard dreams a reality. Are you ready to float happy? Visit SurfsidePools.net or call 904-246-2666. Surfside Pools and Spas, your hometown MVP.
License number CPC 044080.
In the game of vehicle performance and reliability, Atlantic Infiniti is always the top pick. This is Hayes Carlion. Did you know that every certified pre-owned Infiniti is inspected, factory backed, with a limited warranty, and gets the same championship level service as a brand new Infiniti? Every mile will feel like first class. Check out their full certified inventory now at AtlanticInfiniti.com or visit Atlantic Infiniti off Atlantic near St. John's Bluff.
Balancing books and the grind of daily practice is what it takes to be a scholar athlete. Wednesdays on The Frangie Show, kept healthy by
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists
and the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 234
on 1010XL.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
This is the home of the Florida Gators. Get your Gators hoops on 1010XL. Brought to you by the personal injury attorneys of Farah and Farah, Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville, and Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
When it comes to glass, you don't want average. You want flawless. Duval Glass and Mirror has transformed homes and businesses across Jacksonville for over 35 years. Frameless showers that wow. Mirrors cut exactly to your style. Fogged or broken glass replaced. Decorative tabletops. Windows replaced or repaired to stand up to Florida storms. All backed by a 100% guarantee. Visit DuvalGlass.com for your free quote. There's only one name for glass and mirror around these parts. It's Duval.
Bueller. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, pal, is that a turtleneck? Can't you feel it, Jason? There's a chill in the air, a definite nip. I mean, it is January. In Jacksonville, Jason. I didn't come here for cold. Well, I wouldn't call this. Cold weather gives me the sniffles. Sniffles turns to pneumonia. Suddenly, I'm in a hospital bed with a tube down my throat because Florida didn't get the memo about ignoring winter. So, switch over to heat. What if my system can't remember how to heat? Dude, put on these sunglasses. Whoa. Bueller Air and Plumbing can make sure your system is ready to switch from cooling to heat. We'll clean your heating coil to get rid of that burning dust smell and make sure you have the coolant pressure to keep your heat pump pumping out the heat. I had no idea these sunglasses worked in the winter.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focus, fueled, fearless, Farah.
It's a Best Bet Monday on the Frangie Show with fantastic locations in Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine. It's Best Bet.
Frank Frangie, Hayes Carline, JJ La Selva with you. Miami and Indiana tonight. We certainly talked a lot about that. Talked about the NFL and the coaching carousel. Do want to remind you, it's always a Best Bet Monday around here. Blizzard on the Beach is a $100 no-limit Hold'em satellite. In getting into event number 1, the cards are in the air tonight at 6 o'clock at Best Bet Jacksonville. That's on Monument Road. 3 great locations. Best Bet St. Augustine is on 95. Best Bet Jacksonville on Monument Road. And Best Bet Orange Park on US 17. Jeff Hafley is the Dolphins coach. Surprised?
No, I mean, I think it's a good hire. I mean, he's obviously was doing a good job at Boston College, left that post, because he didn't want to deal with the NIL world. So it was the rarity where a sitting head coach at a pretty major college football program goes to be a coordinator at the NFL level. But he did a good job with Green Bay, and I think it makes. I mean, if I was the Dolphins, obviously they must have been pretty far along with this. I mean, I'd rather have McDermott. But I think Hafley is a good sound hire.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. So Hafley, Harbaugh, Stefanski, they felt 3 of the 10. What are your guesses on some of the others? Do you think Udinski gets Cleveland?
I think Udinski will get Cleveland. I think, the Ravens. It's interesting to see because it's like, to me, I would want Sean McDermott, but that's McDermott being available would change the formula for me if I'd already been down the road and interviewed a bunch of up and coming assistants. But I think it's just hard to predict. I would think Shula will get a job. Seems like the Titans might hire Nagy, which is just seems like an atrocious hire.
I wonder though. Since they wanted John Harbaugh so badly, which meant he's a really good coach, but his years of experience. Do they now turn? Remember, McDermott wasn't around.
They should.
Do they turn to Sean
pivot
McDermott?
to McDermott? And that would not be great to see him in Nashville because he will bring a stabilizing, force to that organization. We'll see. Saleh will probably get a job, I would think.
Brian Flores is in play.
Yeah, maybe Flores. So. But yeah, we still, even with Hafley, we still have 7 more of these things to fill.
It's interesting. Hafley, Flores in play.
Shula
in play.
Mentor, guys you hear.
Those are all defensive guys.
Yeah.
And we just ran off a bunch of defensive guys, which is really interesting. I do sense you're in a world where, and we talked about this at the top, Hayes, that a lot of the guys that wind up being head coaches are guys that you don't know their names. I mean, that's the world we're in. We're in the world of young guns, and so we are in the world of young guns. I left out Sean Payton. We talked about veteran coaches. Obviously, he's a veteran coach. I forgot about him.
Right. But still fairly new to Denver.
Yeah.
What's interesting is there's just no one that's been in their post for a long time other than Andy Reid.
That haven't. All right.
He's the dean by 4 years.
Yeah, because Harbaugh and Tomlin were out. They were 2 of the 3. So does Mike McDaniel get a job?
It doesn't seem like it.
He's interviewing everywhere.
Yeah, it seems like he'll probably be the A-list OC hire.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a fascinating carousel. Hopefully the Jaguars get lucky. I mean, no one wants to see, Grant Udinski and Anthony Campanile leave town. They've been awesome, and you hope for, obviously best for them is to get the head coaching job. But as supporters of the team, you hope that they're here at least another year in Jacksonville and can do some really great stuff in year 2 before moving on to head coaching opportunities.
And by the way, if you want to know if coaching matters, there's 4 teams left, 4 teams still playing. Sean Payton, Mike Vrabel, and Sean McVay are still coaching. Tells you something, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
I mean, think about it. I mean, think if you want to know how much, and that doesn't mean Mike McDonald hadn't done a good job. He's done a very good job. But if you want to know how much coaching matters, Andy Reid's got a bunch of those rings, and Sean Payton, Mike Vrabel, and Sean McVay generally regarded as 3 of the better 7, 8 coaches in the league.
Yeah. Well, I mean, particularly in that next year, that number will be much higher.
Right.
with the attrition that the profession has had this year in the NFL. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited about the Final Four. I mean, it's not obviously.
I am too.
It'd be interesting to see what like the preseason rankings were when you look at power polls for these four teams. The Rams were highly thought of, but I don't remember the Seahawks. The Patriots certainly weren't. And the Broncos, I think, were looked at as maybe even third in the AFC West behind the Chiefs and Chargers.
Right.
So
they absolutely were.
Yeah. So you're looking at four teams where, I mean, three of them, I think, in most preseason power polls might not even been the top like 10.
Right.
It's just, but it's a wild league.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about the portal. Haven't gotten into a lot of portal stuff today. That and more we continue. Stay with us.
It's the ride home with the Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Your home for Gators hoops is 1010XL.
Southeastern Conference play heats up with 16th ranked Florida and rival LSU at the Swamp. Gators Tigers tomorrow at 7 on 1010 a.m.
Funny thing, a lot of plumbing companies still call themselves local, even after being bought by, well, not local people. Meanwhile, Hall & Sons Plumbing is still family-owned, veteran-operated, and proudly serving Jacksonville the way we always have, with a handshake, honest pricing, and real local roots. So if you want a plumber who actually lives down the road, not in a boardroom 3 states away, call Hall & Sons Plumbing. Local. Family. Real.
Frank Frangie here. Bono's Pit Barbecue has been serving up legendary barbecue on the First Coast for over 75 years. And right now, Bono's has a smoking deal for you. For just $12.49, you'll get Bono's signature pulled pork sandwich, a side, and a drink. But hurry, Duval. This pig deal is for a limited time only. With 18 Bono's around town, there's always one near you. And if you want the best catering, call 904-332-RIBS. That's 904-332-7427. Or online at bonosbarbecue.com. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
Game days aren't the only win happening in the 904. Best of Old City named 904 Gutters with a Z, the #1 seamless gutter company in Duval. Like the team's O-line protects their QB. Call the winning team at 904 Gutters with a Z to protect your home from the rain.
Frank Frangie here for Coil Fencing. Since 1927, Jacksonville has trusted Coil Fencing to protect what matters. And I trust them too. From tough chain link to your commercial project to sleek aluminum fencing your HOA will love, Coil does it all. Did you know that Coil can also install, service, and maintain those automatic gates that help protect your neighborhood or business? To schedule a complimentary consultation, visit CoilJacks.com. That's COYLE Jacks.com. Coil Fencing, A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Did you know there's local savings sitting in your mailbox right now? Money Pages is packed with real coupons from your favorite local businesses. Save money at restaurants like Al's Pizza, on pet care at Forever Vets, and on entertainment for the whole family at the Alhambra Theater. Plus, make sure to download the Money Pages app for savings on the go.
Money Pages in your mailbox right now.
I'm Holt Harrell with Harrell & Harrell. Choosing a law firm after an accident is an important decision. So how do you decide? With so many messages on air, I know it can all sound the same. At Harrell & Harrell, we believe what sets us apart is our commitment to you. When you've been injured in an accident, you need help from someone you know, someone you can trust. Harrell & Harrell, a name you know, a name you trust. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Offices, Jacksonville.
You'll always feel good when you send someone a Kuhn Flowers floral or plant arrangement. This is JJ with 1010XL, and no matter what the reason, Kuhn Flowers has always come through for me. Order online at KuhnFlowers.com.
Hey folks, it's Frank Frangie. All those festive holiday feasts probably have added a few extra pounds, but here's the thing. You can make this the year you finally lose the weight safely and for good. Now, you know by now my daughter Amber kicked off the journey with Awaken 180 weight loss back in the summer. You ready for this? She's lost 100 pounds in 6 months. Man, is she proud of that. 100 pounds. And she really did it with this really, really good plan. There's no shots, no medications, no supplements, just real food and a proven plan. That's right. With Awaken 180, you can still enjoy your favorite food and drink. No more yo-yo diets or feeling deprived. The structured program empowers you to control your eating without hunger. It really is doable. Don't just resolve to make the change. Make the change. Call Awaken 180 today and take that first small step. Book your consultation now, 1-844-346-1800, or visit awaken180weightloss.com. It worked for Amber. It really did. And it can work for you. Awaken 180 weight loss.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the Monahan's golden moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
All right, the golden moment today was talking about a crazy, crazy weekend we just had, the crazy weekend in the NFL. All 4 games. We talked Gator basketball and other stuff, but I thought the weekend today, or today's program, the moment was talking about what a wild weekend it was, and it left us with the Buffalo Bills out after Josh Allen uncharacteristically made a bunch of turnovers. The Buffalo Bills in, but without their quarterback, who oddly got hurt right at the end of the game. Just a bizarre, and the Houston Texans out, even though I thought they'd be in, because their quarterback played maybe the worst game of his career, in a career that's starting to struggle a little bit. So that's the gold moment. That's what we talked about today on the program. By the way, last game of the picks for the week. Are you following the picks?
Yeah, I need Miami tonight, or I think I'm pretty much mathematically
But
out.
here's what I'll tell you. Had the Bears won last night?
Yeah, it would have been a
story. I think if the Bears had won last night, we would be, you two would be 1 point apart, and I'd be like 2 back. Did you realize that? Now I think it's 108, 106, 103. Is that what it is?
I know for sure I'm going to be up two on you with 3 games to go.
Yeah, you are. You're up
no
2
matter what happens tonight.
Correct.
Now, if Miami wins, I'm not sure what it'll be.
So what I have this week is JJ's got 3 points, Frank, you've got 2 points, and I've got 3 points.
That's correct. So that makes it 108.
But I've got a game picker
5.
upper tonight with the Canes, and you guys have the Hoosiers.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So you could. So where we are now is JJ.
So JJ's up 2 on you.
Yeah, 108. Yeah. Just one.
And I'll let you know right now, I'm taking the Pats.
Yeah. So it's 108.
Jared Stidham till I die.
108, 106, 103. That's where. So 108 for JJ.
Yep.
Going into tonight's game.
Correct.
106 for me, 103 for you.
That's right.
If you win tonight,
if I win tonight,
you're at 105.
Then I'm at 105.
So then it's 865 with 1 week left.
Yeah,
so
but I think if I lose tonight with only 3 games left, the 2 title games and the Super Bowl, I think it would be too hard at that point to have enough to.
Yeah, 3 games left. But what we're going to do after, no matter what happens tonight, our order of picks will be JJ, me, you on the rest of the games. It's a JJ, then me. That way, you've got a chance. I've got a chance to go against JJ. You've got a chance to go against both of us. So, but I'm telling you, if that had been different last night, it'd be 107.
Should have went for 2.
Yeah, it'd be 107. 105, 105 maybe? Or 105? Yeah.
And I mean, the 49ers were only 36 points away from me getting that game picker upper. Come on, Brock Purdy.
But how about this? Think about it. We've done this since August, and 5 points still separate all of us.
Amazing,
it's pretty
yeah.
I mean,
what are the records?
I haven't.
Please don't ask that.
I haven't.
Just give me and you.
I haven't put in last night yet. I mean, this weekend yet.
Okay.
But going in, it was 83 and 61. You were 1 game ahead of me. I was 82 and 62. And you got to look down a little bit, okay? You got to look way back. But if you look far enough back, Hayes was 64 and 79, okay?
Okay, closer to 500 than
Not really.
No. Not really. He's 15 under.
Not really. But thank you.
He was 50.
That's very kind of you.
And I have not put it. I'm going to put in this week's results after tonight. But it was you and I are one pick apart. Now we'll be 2 picks apart. We'll be 2 picks apart and 2 games apart after. No matter what happens tonight.
Yeah, because you guys both have the Hoosiers.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're right, though. I mean, boy, if the Miami wins tonight.
It's all about the U.
Yeah. By the way, I will tell you.
Me and Michael Irvin are going to be on the sideline hugging it out.
Yeah.
By the way, Saturday Night Live, on the Weekend Update, they had a guy as Michael Irvin.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
Did he do a good job?
It was hilarious.
I'm not sure the comedian's name. But
but he they had him look just like Michael looks
They
now.
had the shirt.
And it was freaking hilarious.
That's great.
You didn't see it?
I'll
you
go
got to
check
go
it
back.
out.
I'm like, man, we might be back. We're on SNL.
I saw it online. It was really funny. It really was. So, portal update. Can you believe? And I don't know FSU's number or Miami's number right now, or Georgia's number. And shame on me for only knowing the Gators. I'm the Gator homer guy. But Florida now has 27 portal signees that are going to be on their team. 27.
Well, I mean, they had about that many leave.
Yeah, that's right.
Guys
that's right.
That they sort of pushed out, and you have to have the thing too is with it no longer having the walk-ons, it went from 85 to 105. So you've got 105 guys that all are like good enough to play scholarship level football at the highest level. And so it just, it seems like, how do they still have room for all these guys? Because they're not full. I think they're close, but they're not full to the 105. And with Florida's academic calendar, Friday is the last day the Gators will sign kids out of the portal. After that, it'd be too hard to get them in school. So
because what you don't want to do is a portal guy coming in July.
Correct. So none of that's going to – and again, there is no post-spring window anymore. So one good thing about that they have figured out, at least if you're any sort of diehard college football fan, but again, we'll stick with the Gators on this, like after Friday, this is the team. Yeah. Like you don't have to worry about like getting through spring and then 20 guys leave and you've got to bring 20 guys in this summer. Like if you're diehard and you can start like – getting into the weeds on the 105-man roster, because it will be the roster that you take into the first game, and so that part is kind of exciting. But it is. It's just going to be how Georgia doesn't have that many. I don't think they had that much turnover. But yeah, most of these schools are, particularly if you've got a new head coach, you're looking at, I'd say a minimum of 24, if not 3 or 4 dozen new players.
The interesting thing is that Malachi Marshall, the guy that went to Florida State, the JUCO Player of the Year, I think I read he's not getting there till summer. Yeah, he doesn't get there till June.
It'll be harder for him to win the job that way.
You would certainly think. Now again, if he's as good as advertised, and you don't know how. I mean, again,
I want to say, didn't the Ole Miss kid get there in the summer?
Chambliss?
I thought
maybe
he might have. And so Kevin
I don't think it's necessarily like an eliminator, but you'd have to be pretty special,
especially now because you don't know. Kevin Sperry is the freshman that'll be the sophomore this year. Ashton Daniels is the guy they got from Auburn. They have this freshman Jaden O'Neal, but he's hurt, so he's out. So really, you never know. I mean, the reality is it'd be really hard to win the job if you had a guy that was an incumbent going into spring, but because there's nobody has the job. The truth of the matter is Sperry, Daniels, none of them have the job.
And they might all struggle.
And they're all still learning too. I've got to believe, even though Malachi Marshall's not getting there till June, he's got the playbook. He's going to probably stop by and watch. They have another transfer, a kid from Lafayette named Dean DeNoble. But yeah, I mean, so it's not as unlikely as it normally would be. That's your point.
I guess the college carousel is pretty much all done. I'm shocked Malzahn's still there. Just shocked.
Yeah,
like, I mean, boy, that thing just seems so toxic. Like the AD is publicly went after Kiffin, according to Mark Schlabach, and there was never any pushback on that. So you have an athletic director that tried to go hire a coach while still employing Mike Norvell. It didn't work out, so he still has Mike Norvell, and everybody thought Malzahn was going to either get fired or go get another job, and I guess he couldn't. So now Malzahn is still there, even though that seems to be strained, even though Malzahn and Norvell have a long-time connection to each other. And what did they do? Didn't they lose the defensive coordinator, or is he still there? Is Tony White still Florida State's defensive coordinator?
He didn't leave.
Oh
he's still there. But meanwhile, the Marshall guy was the junior college player of the year at Iowa Western. 33 touchdowns, 13 picks, 2,750 yards. He's 6'2". But just like here's my guess. I don't think Ashton Daniels is very good. I've seen enough of him from Auburn.
He's 24 passing touchdowns, 22 picks.
I don't think he's very. I mean, we've watched him. Kevin Sperry, I don't know anything about. Okay, he never played at FSU. Well, this guy might be pretty good. This guy might be their Trinidad Chambliss. If I'm a Florida State fan,
that's
thinking
what you have to hold out.
That's right, yeah, because it's clear Ashton Daniels is what he is. Kevin Sperry's never played, but this guy was a junior college player of the year, just like I'm sure Trinidad Chambliss was one of the best Division II players. So maybe you're getting your
Trinidad. He won like 2 national titles.
So you hope you're getting your Trinidad Chambliss by signing Malachi Marshall for the Noles. We'll take a break. We'll wrap the program after this.
The Frangie Show from the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Live streaming from the XL Digital Studios. Brightened by Harbor Dental Care, Jacksonville's first choice for dental emergencies.
This is Brent Musburger's VSIN Action Update. update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Looking at the AFC and the NFC championship games coming up on Sunday, Denver at home against New England. Broncos will be without starting quarterback Bo Nix, who they lost to an ankle injury against Buffalo. The Patriots are a 5.5-point road favorite, minus 250 on the money line, while the Broncos are plus 205. The over-under at 41.5. While it'll be an NFC West matchup as the Seattle Seahawks host the Los Angeles Rams in the NFC. Seattle a 2.5-point favorite at Lumen Field, minus 152. The Rams a plus 128. The over-under is at 47.5.
Progressive helping veterans drive their lives forward. More info, keysofprogress.com.
I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1010XL.
My son had a meniscus surgery a couple of years ago. Went smooth as silk, was playing tennis in 2 weeks. This is Patrick Malarkey, and I highly recommend Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
Our son Eric's a Division I collegiate baseball pitcher who is having shoulder pain. We took him to Southeast Orthopedic Specialist and are confident that he's now on the road to recovery. This is Beth Anderson, and we love the care Eric receives at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Been in a car crash? I'm local attorney Rick Alexander, and I've made it our mission at the Alexander Law Practice to listen to you so I can fight for the best possible result for you. I've been practicing over 30 years, and our team focuses on guiding you through the entire process. And because fees and reimbursement costs come out at the end of the case, I will never ask you to come out of pocket. For a free review, call 904-400-6600 or log on to alexanderlawpractice.com, Jacksonville.
Hey, poker fans, it's a new year, and a new tournament series is coming to Best Bet Jacksonville. The 2026 Best Bet Blizzard on the Beach Poker Series runs from February 5th through the 16th. The event features 10 tournaments, $600,000 in guarantees, live-streamed events on Best Bet Live, and the $1,700 Mystery Bounty main event. Win your way in with satellites starting this month. Get all the details at bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Don't wait for leaks to tell you it's time. Start the new year with a roof built to last from Romano Brothers Roofing, serving Jacksonville for over 45 years. Their family-owned team handles repairs, full replacements, and residential or commercial installs, including durable metal roofs. They even do remodels and additions. Call 904-246-5649 or visit RomanoBrothersRoofing.com for a free estimate. License number CCC 1328893.
Hey, Hicken here. Leave all the 2025 dirt and celebrate the new year with our friends from Zero Res. Carpets, tile, hardwood, LVP, area rugs, upholstery. Basically every surface in your home can be Zero Resified. Time to call the cleaning pros at Zero Res, and don't forget about your air ducts. Zero Res has a 4.9 rating on Google with more than 8,000 reviews. Bring in the new year with 20% off carpet and upholstery cleaning, plus take $100 off your air duct cleaning when you mention 1010XL. 287-5727 or book online at ZeroResJacksonville.com.
Hey gang, Prosser here. When it comes time to sell your home, don't worry about any quote problems you think might be related, because I've got the perfect team that will keep you right on track. In fact, they've got a guarantee that you can't beat. And that is Chad and Sandy, the agents I would call to sell my home. You see why? Your home sold guaranteed, or they will buy it. Need to sell now? Chad and Sandy have instant offers. Fast, easy, and stress-free. But the promise is this. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. Jacksonville homes are selling, but many take months and a low price to sell. Getting top price means aggressive marketing. Chad and Sandy Newman are the Jacksonville experts who have proven systems to drive demand to sell your home. Darcy in San Jose said, I felt too isolated in my retirement. I wanted to buy in a different area, better suited for me. I spoke to several agents who didn't seem to care. I needed to find someone I could rely on. In come Chad and Sandy, and in 3 days, the home was sold. ChadandSandy.com or 904-414-6200.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and when the weather starts to shift a little bit, especially during the fall, you've got some really cool stuff from Honda Off-Road.
We do. It's the favorite time of the year for me. Nice little chill in the air. We've got some side-by-sides. We've got the ATVs. Of course, they're legendary dirt bikes. We've got it all.
And for the hunter?
We've got side-by-sides that work and play.
All right, so make sure you check it out. Showroom wide open for you on Atlantic near Regency. If you want to go off-road and have some fun, check out Cycles of Jacksonville.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
It's a Best Bet Monday on The Frangie Show with fantastic locations in Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine. It's Best Bet.
Play fake. Beck drops. Steps up. Malachi Tony deep. He's got a step. I'm just my Joe Zagacki. Got a step.
Good.
Behind the defense. Huh? You got Fowler tonight? Fowler and Herb Street tonight?
Of course.
Chris Fowler and Herb Street tonight for you?
I love
Fowler, Herb Street, and La Silva? Oh, you kidding me?
I love Zagacki, but the next day Spanish language channel calls that come on my Twitter timeline are fantastic. Like whoever the two guys are that call the Miami Hurricanes games for the Spanish channel down there are awesome.
I have heard them. All right, so we're getting
Even though
close.
I don't know what they're saying, but I know it's fantastic.
In one more minute, you're 2 hours from kick. One more. We got one more minute. It's 2 hours and a minute. How you feeling right now? Feel all right?
I don't feel nervous about tonight. I feel like I've said this for a week or so. I never foresaw us making it this far, so it just feels like we're playing with house money. I will not want to get destroyed and give my friends ammunition for the rest of their life.
Well, no one can say anything to you.
Yeah.
You guys could lose 45-0 tonight. You're not going to hear a word from us.
Yeah.
I mean, you destroyed our
I
team.
wish I could say the same about my friends.
Yeah.
No. You might hear something from me anyway. It's just okay. It's just what Hayes is saying is dumbasses like me are totally inappropriate.
You guys shouldn't say
right. That's
anything.
right. Exactly. So, is tonight the buddies coming over, or was that the other?
No, that was the last game.
That was the lasagna night or whatever.
Yes, and I got to scream in his face. And
that was the ravioli night. That's
yeah,
what it
he was sitting by me hating on Carson Beck the entire 3 hours, and then when he ran it in, I just got to scream bloody murder.
Just
in
you
his
and Blake
face.
tonight.
Just me and Blake.
Can you imagine the tension?
The tension. She'll be in and out.
Can you imagine
watching her dumb shows as usual in the back?
JJ's gripping on the end of the couch, and Blake's back with the Salt Lake City gang.
Yeah, exactly. She's giggling. I'm like, what? You just threw a pick six.
How can you giggle at that pass interference call?
Oh well, good luck tonight, bro. That's it's fun when you get to be fun when you get to be in one. Of those.
I hope you guys win.
I do too. I mean,
it would help me, but I legitimately also for our French. I hope
kind of do too.
I hope you win.
Yeah, I do too. I really do too. If it was Georgia or Florida State, I couldn't root.
I couldn't do that.
Tennessee, I couldn't. But I mean, for you and
I've never disliked Miami.
Yeah,
I know a lot of.
I'm
I know.
I'm the same way.
I've just never, probably because they beat Florida State when I was a child.
Yeah.
And cost them so many things when I was and that saved me from the bloodletting at school that at least Florida State had when I was in grade school and middle school.
Right.
At least by the time Florida State won their first title, I was almost out of high school.
Yeah, as a Hurricane fan in middle/early high school in like 2000 to 2004. Wow, my friends didn't hear the end of it.
That's right.
Every day.
So it's gonna be.
And it's we might be back there again.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. 750 kick.
Yep.
750 in Miami.
Unbelievable.
In Miami. Oh,
what an opportunity.
Let's say a little Rick Ballou.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnik. Nimnik Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnik Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
Can you imagine how tight LaSelva's going to be tonight right before kick? He's got Miami, Indiana. It's 2 minutes before kick. The anthem's over. Fowler and Herb Street are setting the scene, huh?
Molly McGrath and Katie George are finishing up the interviews, or Holly Rowe, whoever's doing it.
Fowler and Dr. Herbie. I mean, another game I'm going to have to watch tonight on mute.
I'll teach you up. You're welcome. That was free of charge. That tee-up was free of charge.
I mean, I'm just going to play Yes's greatest collection.
Have you made a pick on the game yet?
You know, I mean, listen, I think Miami's got to play pretty close to the perfect game. And I expect them to have a quick penalty, maybe two early, maybe a late hit, something like that. A personal foul may cost them one drive, but they're one of the most penalized teams in college football. More than 7 penalties a game. I mean, as you would expect with Kurt Cignetti and just how well Indiana's played, they're the least penalized team this year in college football. Indiana doesn't make mistakes, so that's always been Miami's way, though. Have a late hit, have a debatable call. The officials are going to come into play. Then maybe they'll settle down. But, I think the only way they can win tonight is if Mark Fletcher has an enormous game on the ground and Carson Beck, who's only thrown 2 picks in his last 7 games, if he can stay with that and throw a couple of TDs, I think there's a possibility of an upset tonight.
I think Indiana's going to win. But I would be surprised. I told JJ and Hayes, I seriously would be surprised if this one gets away from Miami the way it did Alabama and Oregon. I would be surprised if it got away from them. You know what I mean? I think Indiana will win, but I don't think anyone's rolling Miami the way these guys roll everybody else.
We saw an absurd amount of turnovers this weekend in the 4 games, and certainly the weather was really bad yesterday in both Foxborough and Chicago. But I wonder if that's the difference tonight. I mean, Mendoza doesn't turn the ball over, and again, I think the first 7 games of the year, Beck had 8 picks, only 2 in his last 7 games. So after what we saw with NFL quarterbacks, it could be the same deal here tonight. With these 2 future NFL quarterbacks as well. Looking forward to it, though. Should be a whole heck of a lot of fun.
Quickly, what stood out over the
weekend?
We
got all that. What's that?
What stood out before we did? What stood out over the weekend? What jumped out the page?
Mistakes.
Yeah.
I mean, I finally feel like I was right for once by saying there's not a great team in football, period.
Yeah,
there's just not. It's and if you look at the coaches and the quarterbacks outside of Matt Stafford that are getting ready, and Sean McVay that are getting ready for what's left, I mean, it's survival of what team is going to make the fewest mistakes. I really do believe is going to win this year's Super Bowl.
Right. Tonight, all that?
All that coming up.
All right. Rick Ballou goes into the night right now. That'll do it for our program. Good luck, JJ. Have fun tonight, bro.
Thank you, boys.
That'll do it for our show. Tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel. You'll be off. You'll be going to watch you and Steve Carline?
That's right. We're heading to the O-Dome. Watch Florida play LSU.
You have a great time. Hacker will be in here hanging out with us. So we'll see you tomorrow for all of us at 1010XL and 92.5 FM. So long.